Hello beauties, welcome back to my channel and to this week's new makeup releases, going on the wish list or not. And I'm super excited about this episode because I got a secret for you. I just filmed this look. I filmed it with the strawberry thingamajiggy. You wanted to see that, so I filmed it. It's gonna be live next week, probably Friday. It's gonna be live on Friday. This is the series on YouTube where I talk about new makeup releases and stuff that's been either revealed, sneak peek, or released during the last week. I have this episode every Sunday here on my channel, and in this episode I'm able to reveal my own collaboration. I'm so excited. We have been working on this for quite some time. I have done a collaboration and it's going to be released next week. There's going to be a full video on like swatches and everything on Monday. And then on Tuesday there is going to be a 1 palette 3 looks, because I have done a bundle with Devinah. I love Devinah. Devinah is one of my favorite brands. It is a smaller indie brand run by Deandra and her husband, and they are making the shadows themselves. I have been working with Devinah since like years back. I am affiliated with the brand. I've done plenty of videos on them, and you know how much I love the brand and the formula. So I talked to Deandra a while ago, and we kind of were toying with the idea of me doing a bundle with shadows in the collection and creating my own palette with already existing shades. But we also have 2 shades in this little thing that hasn't been in this palette form before. This is going to be released on Wednesday, and all of the details with this little bundle of singles and the palette, it's going to be all the details on Monday's video. That's going to be tomorrow, but it is releasing on Wednesday, and I'm super excited to be revealing it here in today's video because I have been working on this so long, creating looks, taking pictures, doing swatches, going back and forth with what kind of shades are supposed to be in this, and I'm so excited. This is the second collab I'm doing, and I couldn't be happier to do it with a brand that I love so much as Devinah. So yeah, stay tuned for tomorrow's video where I'm going to be swatching this, and on Tuesday there's going to be looks. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And yeah, some minor details. It is a 12-pan magnetic palette. It is holographic, and these are detachable, meaning that you can put them in any way you want, or you can swap them out and put them in other palettes if you want to. The bundle includes 2 shades that have only recently been sold as highlighters, but I use them only as eyeshadows mainly, so they're now in eyeshadow form. Like I said, all the details will be in tomorrow's video, but I'm so excited. So excited. Okay. Not gonna talk about that anymore because, like I said, there's gonna be a video tomorrow. How many times have I said that? 250 million. Moving on. The next thing I want to talk about is something, and I got so many tags on this because last week's episode I said that, you know what, there's probably gonna be a peach collection by Colourpop, and it's probably gonna be released next week, and lo and behold, peach collection by Colourpop already released. Told ya. I was like, I saw this when I saw this being revealed on, I think I saw it on Instagram. Did I see it? I think I saw it on Instagram. I whispered to myself, called it. Because I did. I called it, and I told you it was going to be a full collection. I told you there was going to be a palette and there was going to be some other things. Let me pull up a picture so we can talk about what's actually in this. There's a set of a brown mascara and a brown eyeliner. I don't think they have had a brown eyeliner since before, so that is new. There is also the palette. It has 1 pressed pigment and 1 pressed glitter. Both the pressed pigment and the pressed glitters are available since before. It is Hungry Ghost. I don't own that. And then it is Centerfold, which is a beautiful electric, almost neon-y peach. It is absolutely stunning. It's one of my favorite shades from Colourpop. And then it's, I think Ready or Yacht has been released before, but I don't own that one. I think this is not a monochromatic palette. Colourpop themselves have said that the monochromatic series has come to an end, and now they're doing other kinds of things. Apparently now they're in the fruit thing, because there's like, I don't know, they're going on with the fruit. What do you think is gonna be next? What do you think? I'm kind of hoping for another green. I would love like kiwi. Like give us kiwi or like grapes. Nobody ever does grapes. I love grapes. Like something like that, like indigo, that would be awesome. Maybe indigo and green grapes. Love that. Colourpop, make it happen. I think that this palette is beautiful, and I say this with more of an admiration of how pretty this palette is. It isn't exactly my color scheme, but I will say that if I'm ever reaching for a brown, it is either together with a yellow or together with a peach. That's when I think that brown really shines, because they go so well together with a peach and so well together with a yellow. So I do think that putting two browns together with this peachy palette is really nice. I know that people don't love pressed glitters in the palette. Other people do. These are magnetic, so you can just pop it out and put something else in if you want to. And I don't hate this. Even though I'm not into neutrals, I don't hate it. On the other hand, I think it's very similar to the spring palette that they had. What was that one called? The peachy spring palette they had. You know which one I'm talking about. I think they are extremely similar, and it makes me think that maybe this one is meant to be, they're more going with the 9pan palettes now, and maybe they want this one to replace that one. I don't really know, because that one was a great color story, and maybe they want to save it but in this format instead. I actually don't know, but they seem very, very similar. And then it's the just a tint like lip crayons, 2 existing shades, but now in a set that wasn't available from before. 3 blushes, although is that a blush or is that a bronzer? Seems very cool tone brown. So it seems more like a bronzer and 2 blushes. Seem very light though, maybe not really appropriate for like a deeper skin tone. I think it's gonna be pretty ashy on you. Then it's a trio of 3 Super Shock shadows. I haven't seen these shades before. I think they're all new. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think there is a lippy balm and lippy scrub set. I don't know if they've had the peach scent since before. And yeah, that's what's in the set. Told you, there's gonna be a peach set, there's gonna be a palette and a bunch of stuff. It's already here. Happy shopping. I feel like there's been some really big like things announced or released this week. Another really big thing is the new Norvina palette by ABH. Norvina did talk about this a while back, saying like, would you like a Norvina 2? I have so many ideas, something along those lines. Twitter isn't really my thing. I'm the worst at Twitter, but I think I saw something like that. And this is the palette that she has released. I am low-key a bit interested in this one, and I'm not really sure why, because it's too big to be my taste. I don't think the format looks very ABH or has the aura of like, it looks like a mix between ABH Cosmetics and Natasha Denona, but there's a lot of matte colorful shades, and I like that. I really do like that. And at least there's not a lot of space wasted. I'm like, did you see any reviews of this? Do people like it? Because I low-key want to get it. There are some shades that seem a bit similar, although when I see them swatched out, they don't seem as similar. I don't know, I'm a bit intrigued. And I know that people think that the purple and the orange, like these have been done before, but I don't think that these kind of shades have been done before by ABH. This is new for them. This is very colorful for ABH, because ABH will do colorful, but they'll do just one matte colorful and then just some shimmery colorfuls, and there's always like, I mean, there's a dark brown in this one as well. All ABH palettes apparently has to have a dark brown, but this is a very colorful palette, and it's more my taste when it comes to colorful palettes, because it is a more muted, dark, colorful palette. And regardless of the look I'm wearing today, I really like this though. It is very strawberry shade. That is what makes my heart tick, the dark, sultry mattes with color. I really think it's pretty. It is $60 though, but it is 25 shades. So I don't think it's like an extreme price for ABH, but $60 is a lot of money. Whenever this is coming, August 26th online and other retailers. That is really soon. That's like Monday. And I don't have any items left to buy in August. But it's okay. If I want it, I can just wait until like the 1st of September if I really want it. Would you like to see me use this? I do have a lot of things right now that I want to use and show you and that I want to play with. I mean, this one, obviously, although I've already have some things with it. This is my style. This is really my style. Let me know, would you be interested in this one? Because I don't think that there are any obvious dupes between the Norvina 1 and the Norvina 2. Because I looked at it, I'm like, this actually feels like it really complements the Norvina 1. So I am actually intrigued by that one. I feel like it's very my style. I do feel though that, I mean, they just released the palette. Wasn't it like last week? Imagine being, like, imagine collaborating with the brand and you're working on something and you're working on it for like a year. Imagine if, like, for example, Devinah, if we did a collab and then like a week later they're like, oh, look at this big bright stuff, forget what we had last week. I mean, I don't know, there's just like, let her have her moment. I feel like I talked with Karen Harris about this and she was like, ABH is the new Colourpop, and I was like, yeah, but pricey. So I don't really know what's going on. I feel like, yeah, that was a pretty ballsy move, to be honest. I wouldn't be too happy if I was Jackie. On the other hand, maybe she knew about it, but it's just like, calm your tits, okay? Let the woman have her moment. Another thing that's been released that people are very excited about is the new palette by Pat McGrath. This is the Mothership 6 Midnight Sun. It is coming September. Yes, that's the one. September 6th, and it is $125, which is, if I'm not mistaken, the same price as the other palettes. I do have one of the Pat McGrath palettes. I think they're really nice. I haven't played enough with that palette to warrant buying a 125 palette. Like, it for me, I don't think that that's a smart move, so I don't think I'm gonna do that. But it is really pretty, but it's definitely a half neutral, half colorful. I feel like this might be the first time the Pat does anything borderline colorful matte in a palette, because it is a very dark red matte in this palette, and that's the only thing that I feel is, oh, that's nice, and it's next to a peach, and you know how I feel about a peach and a red together, so therefore I think it's really pretty. But it's not, there's nothing like, I like the peach, the lavender, the red, and then the light duochrome, the one that looks like a white. It's probably one of those duochrome sparkly shades. If I could get a little foursome with just those four, a little quad, that would have been awesome. I would have loved that. I just do not want those mattes on the side. Like, no interest in those whatsoever. But yeah, let me know if you are getting this one. I think a lot of people are super excited about this. I'm guessing this is going to be her holiday release. Or maybe not. Didn't she have like a holiday release last year with 3 small palettes, but it was like later in the season? So maybe something else is coming from Pat if you just wait until November, if this isn't 100% up your alley. I'm gonna skip on this one because $125 is a lot on a palette where you already have a palette that you haven't played enough with. So I'm saying not right now. Something that I am very intrigued by though is the new Limecrime Smoky palette. This is the Venus Immortalis. This is launching on September 9th, and it will be available at retailers that have Limecrime after that as well. I will say that the first thing I thought about when I saw this palette is another palette that was recently released by Makeup Obsessions Makeup. I don't know, do you know one of the Makeup Revolution brands? They released a palette a couple of weeks ago, and I actually looked at that palette and I was like, you know what? If I ever make an order from Makeup Revolution after my low buy, this is the palette I'm picking up. And I have to say, they are so similar. But the Makeup Revolution palette came out before this one. I'm not saying they're not copying each other. I'm saying if you like this color scheme and you don't want to buy from Limecrime or you want to save some money, the Obsessions palette is more affordable. Like, it is affordable. It's also a bit more shades, and I think it's coming to Target. I'm not sure, otherwise you can buy from the Revolution website. Don't know how the quality is. Some people say the eyeshadow quality of the Revolution like formula, it's improved. I wouldn't know, I haven't tried any of their eyeshadows in quite some time, but I like both of these palettes. I think both of the palettes are really pretty. I wouldn't be sad to own one of them. I feel like this is the direction I kind of want makeup to take this turn for like the autumn winter season. This like cool toned modern 90s, I would love that. Because this is a modern 90s with that like crimson red and then some cool tones. Like I don't hate this. I think it's really cool. I would love to own any of these two palettes. I think they're pretty cool. Let me know what you think down below. Is this like a trend that you would like jump on if it became a trend? Because I'd like to see this become maybe not like a long-term trend, but like I'd like this to become a trend because I feel like it's very different from what we've seen in a while, and sometimes that is what we need to feel a new appreciation for our collection. Not needing to buy any of these palettes unless you want to, but also shopping your stash, putting these colors together if you have them, and just being like, this is a new way for me to use my makeup. This is a new way for me to combine colors that maybe you hadn't thought of before, and I like it myself. I think it's pretty cool. I'm not gonna pick it up right now, but I am intrigued to try some things from Makeup Revolution when my low buy is over, because I've heard about some items that people really seem to love, and I do want to like give them another chance, like a couple of years later. What has changed, you know, see how they're doing, like what's going on, are you okay? So I'm putting a pin in that one. I think it's pretty cool actually. There's also a new concealer coming out from Benefit. This is the Boi-ing concealer, and how many Boi-ing concealers have they had? A couple by now? I don't think that people are that like obsessed with like pot concealers. I don't mind though, because I like using a brush with a concealer, so I don't mind putting my brush in there and putting it on. I love the NARS concealer in the pot, but I think that this will be more doable for like a bigger crowd, because I'm guessing this is a regular doe foot applicator, and it is available now. So I will link it down below in case you're interested. I will link everything that I'm talking about down below. Either if it's available, I will link to the product. If it's not available still, I will link to where you will be able to find it when it's available, in case you are watching this video a bit like later on. It's gonna be 12 shades, which is not a lot, but if it's a good range, it could work, I guess, for $22. Oh, and there's gonna be some minis for $13, but only 4 of the shades are available in minis. That's a bit weird, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Multi-purpose full coverage. Hides it all. Dark under eyes, blemishes, discoloration. Lightweight, doesn't crack, cake, or settle into fine lines. Okay. Well, I am intrigued. I want to try a new concealer, and I still haven't 100% decided which one I'm gonna go for. So I'm looking at some like reviews, trying to hunt down which seems to be the one that people love the most. So I'm gonna be intrigued to see some reviews or some thoughts about this one, because yeah, what if it's awesome? Maybe it's awesome. Who knows? I think we're gonna have a quick little segment of just going by some more Too Faced things that I've seen. I don't know what's going on over at Too Faced. It seems like I saw, where is this? Let me just go through some pictures, and you can decide for yourself if you think that this is something that you want to buy. Oh god. Okay, we're leaving that. That is a train wreck, and moving on. Let's talk about Kat Von D Cease. She's releasing a new foundation. It is the True Portrait Lightweight Foundation. I don't know about this packaging. I don't know if I love it or if I hate it. I feel like the aesthetics of it is like A+, but then I don't know how user-friendly it is, because it seems to be a plastic packaging that is like hard, and then it's like a squeezy middle, but I don't really know how that's gonna actually work with the product, especially when you're going towards the end of it. So yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna pick this up because Cat one, I'm too rich to think that diseases happen to me. I don't support her right now. We are on a break, and we've been on a break for a while, but this is releasing in 40 shades for $36 each on September 2nd, either on Kat Von D Beauty or Sephora. And then they're coming in between September 2nd and October 9th internationally. Probably October 9th then, if you're living in this part of the realm. And Brazil in April? April? Why? Is someone bringing them over by canoe? Okay, yeah, I don't know about that. But yeah, I'm not picking this up because I am still on a break from Kat Von D. Maybe you aren't, maybe you're interested. Let's just move on before there's more discussion in the comments than I care to have. ABH Cosmetics is coming out with a new palette. That's also like a regular. It's like this week's Colourpop, this week's ABH Cosmetics, this week's Natasha Denona, there's coming something, and then it's this week's ABH. Already talked about that. I feel like those are the brands that are like just pumping out things right now. I don't know what's going on. Somebody needs to lay off like the caffeine. It's chill. Take a seat. This is the Take Me to Ibiza. This is the same as the Take Me to Brazil. It's the same layout with the 3 bigger shades in the bottom. It seems this time though to not be 3 highlighters. It seems to be a matte highlighter, a shimmery highlighter, and I want to say a contour, but it's so light. I don't know who this is for. Not someone who's been tanning on Ibiza, that's for sure. It is $20 and it's a bunch of shades. I kind of like the color story. It's like a berry blue teal, and then it's like a very toasty orangey red, and then some more murky, almost khakis and yellows at the end. Don't hate the color scheme. I don't need another big palette. If I was to buy a big palette, I'd definitely buy the Norvina one over this one, even though the Norvina is 3 times as much as this one. I have more faith in that one than this one. But I don't hate the color story. I just feel like it could be edited a bit, like edit yourself. Maybe it's the same with the Norvina, but I kind of want to find out. I hope it comes this week really fast. I want to swatch it. I wonder if it comes in store. Oh, okay, sidetracked. This one is already available and I will link it down below in case you're interested. I don't hate the color story. I think it looks okay. I just do not, like, it doesn't really do anything for me. Let's talk about the weekly Natasha Denona segment. She is releasing a nude lipstick collection. Pretty much looks like the nude selection from Jaclyn Hill, although there seemed to be less of a Chewbacca vibe on this one than Jaclyn had on hers, but I mean, that's a good thing. And these shades look really pretty. The one that's called Charlotte, which is that more almost yellowy, beigey, neutral, very light, I kind of want that one. I hope they come in store. I'm going traveling. I'm going to 2 places this autumn. I'm hoping to go to Stockholm soon as well. If I see this in store, I might swatch them and buy one. It seems to be a deeply hydrating for comfortable and luxurious texture. Okay, I think that this is like a satin or a cream finish, which is, I don't like matte lipsticks that much. I prefer something that's a bit more satiny, creamy, preferably glossy. Glosses in a stick, that's my jam. So I think that this is actually really cool. It's $25 each, which I don't think is a bad price for being Natasha. I feel like she is not lowering her prices, but I feel like a lot of the new things that's coming out, she's like trying to appeal to a bigger audience, and I think that that is good. Like, not like lowering her prices, but just evening out things a bit, so it's not all the things that she was releasing is that $125 like dollar palettes. There's like somewhat of a mid-range as well, so I do like that. This is available August 26th as well, which should be Monday. Natasha Denona, okay, so it's coming to the Natasha Denona website, to Sephora, and to Beautylish. I kind of like this. I do want to try one of these, definitely. It is a nice white packaging, and I am actually somewhat intrigued by this as well. How many things have I been intrigued with this week? The Norvina palette and the Natasha Denona lipstick. I think those are the two. Oh yeah, and the Cool Tone palette, but that one I'm not getting right now. Oh, I forgot to talk about the Coral lip set as well, together with the Norvina palette. I don't get this lip set at all. This one is coming out at the same time from ABH as the Norvina palette. It's basically, like, look at this picture. 4 identical lipsticks. Who thought this was a good idea? Like, who asked for this? Do you know what I'd like? I'd like a set with 4 identical coral lipsticks, because that's how much I love corals. This would fly if this were neutrals, because people are crazy about getting 4 kind of similar neutrally shades, but there's like just a bit of a difference between them. But an orange coral? I don't see anyone screaming for that. I think this is stupid. I don't know who's gonna buy that, but definitely won't be me. Okay, couple of more things to talk about before we can get into indies. One of them being that Zoeva is coming up with a foundation. This is enriched with rose hip seed oil, which is an oil that I love. Our authentic skin foundation glides on to deliver a buildable, silk smooth, all day long finish, available in 42 shades. Launching September 2nd on Zoeva Cosmetics and September 9th at Zoeva retailers. And if you haven't heard before, I'm gonna let you know right now, Zoeva is available at Ulta, and I will link that down below in case you're interested in getting Zoeva. Before, you could get Zoeva at Beauty Bay, which is like, they do have shipping, international free shipping, but I do get that it's easier to get it from Ulta if you're living in the States. I am not really in the market for new foundation right now, but I like Zoeva is like one of the brands that I'm always like intrigued by. It is a brand from Germany. I mean, you want to support your neighbors, so I'm not saying never, but I'm not really in the market for a foundation right now. But just letting you know, it's available, probably coming to Ulta real soon. Okay, what else do I want to talk about before we get into indie? Huda Beauty is releasing an eyeliner. This is a dual-ended eyeliner. I think it's a black liquid eyeliner and then the black pen. I never, when I say never, I don't mean never, but close to never, use a black crayon, like a black pen. So for me, that would be extremely stupid to get because I wouldn't use the other side. But it's $25, which I think is a really decent price for a dual-ended thing if you do use a lot of a black crayon. And it is coming September 12th. On Huda Beauty, and then September 18th on other retailers. So pretty soon. If you are a big Huda Beauty fan, I'm guessing that this is really great news. I don't need a black eyeliner and I do not need a black eye pen, so I'm gonna be skipping on that one. The next thing I wanted to talk about is by... This is Bésame Cosmetics. I don't know if this is an indie brand, but they are a pretty big brand, so we're going to talk about them here. They were doing another Disney collaboration, this time with Sleeping Beauty. Sleeping Beauty, oh my god, I had so many good memories to Sleeping Beauty. I used to have the book, like the official Disney book with Sleeping Beauty when I was a kid. Oh, I loved it. I remember that I read the book like so many times before I actually got to see the movie. Oh, I really love it. I really feel like the palette is beautiful. It's all matte though, and that's not something that I'm after right now. I feel like I have this color scheme, but it is extremely beautiful. And if you're a sucker for good packaging, a good theme, a good story, this is definitely the way to go. I love that the lipstick is called Make It Pink, Make It Blue, right? Or is it Make It Blue, Make It Pink? Make It Blue, Make It Pink. Oh, I love that. That is the most genius thing I've ever seen. I love that they included that. If you know about the movie Sleeping Beauty, you know that there is a scene where they're trying to decide which dress she's wearing and they're fighting over whether or not they're making it blue or pink. I love that it's a pink lipstick, or it's a blue lipstick that is transforming into pink. I love that. It's genius. It's the best like interpretation of a theme into makeup I've seen maybe forever. I don't need this, but I still high-key love it. I think it's so cool and so smart. Let us get into some indies then. I do have some things I want to talk about. Maybe not that many, but still a couple. First, I want to talk about that Lethal Cosmetics has now revealed all of the shades in the new collection, and it is already available as well. It is basically a bundle with, wait, it is 6 Okay, it's 12 new shades, so you can get a palette with all 12 new shades, but she has divided them into 2 different small little collections, one being more of a pinky purpley mauve thing, and one being more an addition to the minty green blues. I think this is really nice. I think this as a whole palette will work really good together as well. And like I said, Little Cosmetics, the owner, did ask me if I wanted to be sent this as PR, and I did accept, and you all wanted to see a swatch video, so there's going to be something with this collection once I get it in the mail, so do look forward to that in case you were interested in this and wanted to see them more like in action before deciding. I really love Little Cosmetics as a brand, and I love the formula, so I'm really excited to be trying these out. I think they both look really pretty. Midas Cosmetics has revealed their new collaboration. It is with Your Glam by Julie, and this is the Temptations palette. This has already launched, and I will leave a link down below. Apparently, Amy Loves Makeup has a code with them, and Amy Loves gives you some money off. I'm guessing it's affiliated, just so you know. This is a very typical half colorful, half neutral palette. It's like a neutral palette with a khaki green and a mustard, and then it's like a dark blue, a dark teal, a foresty green, and then some pinky purples. I don't hate this palette. I think it's really cool. I have tried Midas Cosmetics in a palette from before, and I thought the quality was nice. I haven't tried it enough to say like a proper review, but from what I've used, I thought it was really nice. I personally don't think that this palette is going to bring something new to my collection, but I kind of like it. I also like the long slim packaging. I know some people don't, but I kind of like it. There's something sleek about that I kind of like. It is going to be $26, and like I said, already available. I will leave it down below. Then we have this palette as well. This is ABH Beauty. I think I've talked about them before. They have released a new palette called Enlighten, and this is like almost like a muted, half colorful, half neutral palette. This is too light for my taste, but I do love that there is like 2 greens, 2 blues, 2 pinks. Like, I like that, but the top 2 rows are way too neutral to be for me. But if you like that, maybe that's perfect for you. I just, if it's neutrals, I need them to be more sultry, and I feel like this could probably be a really nice like everyday palette if you want to have more neutrally things for like work. That's not my cup of tea, but I totally get why. And then like spruce it up with some colors for the weekend. Maybe then it's perfect. It's not 100% my cup of tea, but I totally get why it would be yours. Then Touch of Glam has released a new collection. This is like, what is this one called? This is their new tie-dye collection. I don't see a name, but it's a new tie-dye collection. Basically, she is mixing 2 colors and not like really mixing them, just so they're like marbled in the pans. These are super shimmery shades, and they do give some unique combinations. I think this looks really cool. Personally, I don't need any more eyeshadow right now, and definitely not shimmers. I have so many I want to try, but I do love Touch of Glam as a brand. I think the formula is really good. I also have a code with them. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but I will leave it down below in case you are interested. She has a bunch of other new things as well, so I'll leave a link to the site so that you can check it. I really like the quality of her shimmers. They're really nice. What else do I have to talk about? Is there anything more? I think I have 3 things left to talk about. How long have I been talking? Forever, like always. HipDot is releasing a new palette. This is called nothing. Wait. L. It's called the L palette, and this is so boring according to me. This is everything I don't want in a palette, all in a palette. It is too muted, too neutral, too light, and then pressed glitters. I don't like this at all. HipDot has been doing a lot of pressed glitters in their palettes, and if it's like 1, I'll allow it. Like, I'm like the judge. Like, 1, I'll allow it. When it's a full row, go home, you're drunk. I'm not doing that. This is definitely this palette isn't made for me. I probably shouldn't be so negative about it, because it's obviously not made for me. I don't like browns, I don't like too light shades, and I don't like pressed glitters. It's what this is. HipDot though has one of the best packaging. You know what I'm trying to say, in the game. When they start doing these as empty magnetic palettes, then we're talking. I love the pastel marble. It's absolutely amazing. Don't like the inside though. Definitely not getting that. Also, the Give Me Glow Cosmetics has done a full reveal of the Vintage Rose palette. And I have to say, this isn't what I expected. But this isn't what I expected. And I am surprised, and I don't know if I'm surprised in a positive way. I thought this was gonna be... I thought Vintage Rose was gonna be a mauve palette. Don't you feel like the word Vintage Rose just oozes of like mauves? And if this was a mauve palette, I might have gotten it. But it's not what I'm after. It's just not perfect. And I don't want to be negative because it's not like I hate it. It's just not, I don't know. Maybe. And this is something that I never thought I was gonna say. I just wish it didn't have those greens. I don't feel like it's totally perfect with the inside. I don't know. I wanted a mauve palette. And if I had gotten a mauve palette, that would have been, it wasn't what I expected. And Give Me Glow is one of the brands I really want to try, so I am going to try them at one point. There seems to be some liquid lipsticks in this collection as well. This wasn't just what I expected. And I feel like the need to put in 2 greens just after having a green palette as well, like, was that needed? I don't know. I don't know. I was hoping for a mauve palette. Not saying this is ugly, it just wasn't what I was hoping for, so I am gonna skip this. Not that I hate it, it's just not... It's not exactly what I wanted. The last thing I am going to talk about is the collaboration between Mitchell and the Beauty Bay brand. I've actually heard so many good things about the Beauty Bay brand. A lot of people here in Europe have tried the shadows and said they're actually really, really good. So I am intrigued. And this is going to be 32 pressed pigments, so I guess some of these are not considered eye safe, which I don't know why they would say with the Beauty Bay formula, because in UK those are probably considered eye safe. This whole pigments not being considered eye safe, it is mostly a US thing, and this is an EU brand. Maybe they're just saying it to not upset the American customers, but I don't think that legally they have to say that. I'm just saying. It's 24 mattes and 8 shimmers. It's coming September 1st on Beauty Bay. Like I said, Beauty Bay does have free international shipping. I will link it down below where you're going to be able to find it. It is like a flip-up palette that has a detachable mirror. I'm not super crazy about the big pans or the format or the detachable mirror, but I do think that this is a rainbow palette made well, because it has a bunch of shades and also a row of neutrals. I will say though, I can't remember cringing so hard. Like, I can't remember the last time I cringed so hard as I did when he said, like, I've never seen these kind of duochrome shades made with green before. I was like, oh, you sweet innocent summer child, please don't say stuff. Oh god. He is a very famous makeup artist. He doesn't really do that much makeup on himself anymore. He does amazing makeup looks on others. I will try and remember to link his Instagram down below as well if you want to get some inspiration of like amazing cool color combos. It is 3, like you see in this palette, it looks like there are 3 white shades. All of those are, you know, the duochrome with a transparent base and a colored like sheen. One is a pink, one is a green, one is a blue. You did not invent this, even though I don't understand. Like, I understand that the green duochrome is definitely not the most popular shade to get in a palette like this, but you didn't invent a green duochrome. Like, it's, trust me, it's been done before. I mean, even Kat Von D has one of those in her like little palette. So I mean, even in this palette, the one I'm doing with Devinah, this shade right here, Delirium, is a green duochrome. So I mean, I cringed. I really did. Like, I haven't seen one of these before. Like, how How have you not seen one of those before? So yeah, that was a bit cringy, but I do think the palette looks really nice. I don't think I'm gonna buy it, but I am really interested in trying the Beauty Bay brand. Maybe I can stop the picture now and I can just move to the middle. I am tearing the place down. I am really interested in trying the Beauty Bay brand. I want to try the Beauty Bay brand, and I love the idea of having a colorful, well, obviously I love the idea of having a colorful eyeshadow palette with some duochromes in like that. I feel like this is a bit too big, a bit too bulky to be like up my alley, but I feel like the Beauty Bay brand is a brand that I wasn't interested in it from the beginning. Like, I had zero interest. But after hearing so many people really loving the formula, saying it's really good, I have to say my interest is piqued a bit. If you have tried the Beauty Bay brand, let me know your experiences. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you feel like it was like good value? Because it's really affordable. So yeah, I might try the brand. I don't know if it's gonna be this palette because I already have all of these shades. So yeah, it'd be the only reason I'll buy this palette is because it would probably make a really good video. And I mean, it's always nice to get views because it's not like I'm flooded in views here, but I don't want to buy makeup to get views and I don't want to do videos to make views. So I'm probably not going to end up picking this one up, but yeah, I am still intrigued to try the Beauty Bay formula. And I think that's going to be everything for this video, for this week. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow to see me swatch the entire palette, and on Tuesday there's going to be looks. I am so excited to be showing you everything about this palette, letting you know everything. I am so thrilled to be doing this with one of my favorite brands. It's an honor. And I'm so happy to be doing a collaboration with an indie brand because indie, that's my roots, that's my love, and I'm so excited to be staying there, staying with the indie. That's gonna be everything for this video. If you want to be subscribed, please do. I upload 5 videos a week, sometimes 6, and I will see you tomorrow for the proper reveal video. Bye!